excerpt was taken from the Full and Bloom interview with rock photographer Mark Weiss. You can listen to the entire interview at fullandbloom.com. Season 2 of the Full and Bloom podcast will launch on January 1st, 2021. Subscribe to our channel if you'd like to be notified as new interviews and excerpts are uploaded. Do you have any memories from the US Festival?
It was just a busy time. Funny thing happened with that is Ozzy wore this big headdress with feathers on it that he wore, and Sharon had it shipped to me in New York a few months earlier. They wanted to do a photo shoot. Ozzy, they didn't show up for the photo shoot, and they wanted me to ship the box to California, but before I shipped it, I opened it up to see what it was, because I didn't even know at the time, and then I was curious before I shipped it out, so I looked at it and it was this big headpiece, so I put it on and I did photos with it, totally naked. There's a picture of me wearing it in the chapter opener, and I never even showed the picture to Sharon, so the first time she is going to see it is in the book.
That was when he had shaved his head and he'd come out with it and then take it off?
Yeah.
I always remember my sister saw him somewhere around then when he had shaved his head, and I was too young to really be going to concerts yet. I always remember that story just from her saying, he came out and was like, "You guys ready to get fucking crazy?" And she said he had a wig on, but then he'd rip it off.
Was she at that show? Where was that?
She wasn't at that show, but it was like a Texas Jam or something. We grew up in Texas. I don't think they were calling it Texas Jam yet. She wasn't an Ozzy fan, and she remembered that.
I was trying. That's in the book. There's a whole feature on that. I was trying to figure out what show that was. If you can try to find out, I'd love to know. If you can narrow it down or has any friends or anything.
It probably will be easy. I'll text it to you. I'll look it up.
Going back on when Ozzy shaved his head, because I was there the night after he shaved it, because I was supposed to do a photo shoot for Circus Magazine for the 13th anniversary, and I had a cake set up, had some a flag with a bat on it, and I got some black balloons. And then I set up the studio in the garage at their house in Beverly Hills. And then Sharon came down and said, Ozzy shaved his head last night. I'm thinking I got to pack up and go home. And she's like, "No, we're going to do something. We'll figure it out." And we put our heads together. And next thing you know, she's painting his head and I'm putting balloons on it. And, it ended up being the cover of Circus.
Did you go out on the Shout at the Devil tour?
What year is that?
83, 84?
Yeah, here and there. I wouldn't be out traveling with him yet. That wouldn't be until the Ozzy tour that I really went on the bus and did all that stuff with him.
Well, Bark at the Moon, they toured together, at least for part of it.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, right. And I was traveling with Ozzy at that time.
And then you just kind of shoot Motley, because you have a lot of photos, it seems like, from Shout at the Devil.
Yeah. Whenever they would play, I get the years mixed up. What year was Shout at the Devil?
Shout at the Devil came out in 83.
Oh, okay. And then they toured with Ozzy on that.
And it's the same year that Bark at the Moon came out. Yeah, and they toured. That was the big tour. Was the main one. Ozzy did shows with Rat and I think some other bands.
Right, like 83, 84. It was 84
exactly.
Too. I was on that one. That's when I went on their bus and hung out with them for the first time.
Any J.K. Lee stories?
Not really. Just whenever my car broke down in L.A., he would help me out and help me fix it. I had a 240Z out there, and he would, he was this car guy, and he always came and got me and helped me out and stuff. We were good friends.